you for being here tonight. Today is basically about giving you an understanding of chiropractic itself and how to further your health on a day-to-day basis using these 7 steps that we have here today. Every one of these steps, I believe, when mastered, will improve your health dramatically. Yes, we're going to spend most of our time on point number 1. Why do we need to eliminate subluxations from our spine? Subluxations, as a chiropractor, is our bread and butter. We really make sure that people's spines are subluxation free. We're going to go through what subluxation is again, how it affects your health, and why it prevents you from being really healthy, and why continuous elimination of subluxation is essential to really improve your health 1,000 times over. Then the other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and point number 7 is really about making sure that each one of those additional steps, when combined with step number 1, subluxation elimination, is really going to boost your energy to such level that you probably have never experienced in any day previously. Okay, so we'll get started. Number 1 is, first of all, to understand how subluxation affects your health, we need to get a concept of what health is. And I'd really like to spend a little bit of time about what health is. Health, if you think about it, is about being on a continuum. A lot of people believe that health is an absence of symptoms, so meaning if they're pain-free. Quite often you hear people say, oh, I've got no pain, I must be okay. The truth is, health is not simply a presence of a symptom or an absence of a symptom, whether pain is there or not there, whether you're throwing up or not throwing up, whether you've got reflux or no reflux, whether you've got headaches or no headaches. Health is really about a state along a scale. And on one end of the scale we'd have a complete loss of health, and that would really represent a person who's 6 foot under or dead. On the other end of the scale we've got health, truly healthy, 100% health, and this is really someone who's very vibrant, full of life, really rarely gets held back by anything in their day-to-day lives, and really feels full of living potential. Every person in this room and in the community and even in the world, if we want to get that big, will be somewhere along this scale. How you feel will roughly represent where you are on the scale. Someone who has a lot of symptoms is more likely to be on the lower end of the health scale. Someone who is on the higher end of the health scale is probably less likely to feel some of these symptoms. However, if we take the example of something like a heart attack, you don't feel the arteries closing down. Yet people, or almost 50% of the population, is dying of heart disease at some point or another. And so a lot of these people, they can feel great, but a percentage of people will just drop dead because their arteries have completely closed up, yet the day before they were feeling great. A great example of that was a couple of years ago when the guy, Crazy Johns, the guy that ran the company, 40, prime of his life, fitness fanatic, boom, just dropped dead. Okay? What I'm going to show you is a possible reason as to why some of this stuff could be taking place. What I really want you to know is what health is and what does it mean. We often have this belief that when we are born, at birth, we are 100% healthy. Yes, this does not include those that are diminished in health because of abnormal congenital defects, or something didn't go right when they were born and there was trauma and so forth, or a child who has a genetic disorder. But in general, when a child is born, we assume that child to be 100% full of health. And as we age, we have this understanding that in our teens we're getting stronger, in around 25 we're in our prime, and then everything's downhill from there. What I want to show you is how your spine, your nervous system, is a central part of your health, and how by maintaining it, there is no downhill, there is only up, getting healthier day in, day out. And so what we really need to start thinking about is this other point called ecosystems. And you need to start looking at your health and your body specifically as an ecosystem. And an ecosystem is an environment in which an organism lives. Now, inside your body is also an environment. You might have heard that your body has a pH level, and it's about 6.5, 7, okay? And you need to maintain a normal pH for your body function to be working well. If you're too alkaline, things slow down and don't work well. If you're acidic, things just break down and wear out faster, and can give the whole body a complete upset. And so there are diets out there that completely just try and change your diet pH level so that health can be restored through that. Your ecosystem, your own internal body environment, is very much dependent on the environment around it as well, and what you do in that environment. If you are in an environment that you place yourself in full of fatty foods, well, you're most likely to get an ecosystem that represents fatty food, which is obesity. If you are in an environment that constantly takes pills, you're probably your ecosystem internally is one that is full of toxicity and so sluggish, and your health will deteriorate and so forth.